Is meat good for you? Hey, this is Dr. Randall here with another one of my Friday videos, and I have a feeling this video might get a little hate from two extremes, the vegans and the carnivores, but let's see. Let's see how it goes. So how did you answer? Yes? No? Or it depends? And my answer is, it depends. Because any choices we make can be healthy or unhealthy. And in terms of meats, buying conventionally raised beef, poultry, pork, fish are unhealthy choices. Meat, properly sourced meats are a fantastic source of good protein and often good fat. It's the conventional meats that we have to be concerned about. So for example, you buy your meat at Publix, Walmart, Safeway, Kroger, wherever it might be. Those cows, those chickens, turkeys, whatever, were in the last parts of their life in some kind of confined feeding station, feedlots, confined housing for poultry. And so from an animal welfare perspective, it's pretty horrible. From a food perspective, I'd say it's even worse because these animals are given routinely antibiotics and growth hormones because these things help fatten them up and keep them from being sick so they can be sold. And the more they weigh, the more yield, the more profit the producer makes. So that's one thing. They're also fed unnaturally, things they're not supposed to normally be eating. For example, chickens are omnivores, so they should be out there eating grubs and all sorts of things like that, not just a pure vegetarian diet. And cows are meant to be out in the fields, foraging, eating grass and other natural plants, not GMO grains, which are typically what they're fed in a feedlot. GMO grains that also have traces of pesticide, herbicides, and other chemicals. Plus, these animals in these feedlots are stressed because they're in tight quarters with all sorts of other animals. And so they're sick from their feed because they're not eating what they're normally naturally supposed to be eating. They're being pumped with chemicals, and they are being fed unnatural feed, and they are being stressed by all being squished together. So do you really want to buy meat that is metabolically unhealthy? That's what all the conventional meats are. If you want to eat healthy, and I'm talking especially you carnivores, but really all omnivores as well, you have to source from organic or even better regenerative pastured farms. There are plenty of farms all across the country. Some are selling online. Now there are also conglomerates such as Butcher Box that allow you to buy individual cuts of meat. So please look into that. Meat is healthy if it is sourced properly. Healthy meats, grass-fed. By the way, grass-fed, which is where we buy all our meats, and ideally we go to the farms and meet the ranchers and see the animals out there in the field. But grass-fed, they have much higher quality of life. They're out in the field until the moment they're not. They're eating everything they're naturally supposed to be eating, so their stomachs aren't stressed. They don't have extra gas. They're not metabolically unhealthy. Grass-fed typically also have higher levels of omega-3, K2, vitamin E. Pastured chickens are also high in vitamin A. And it's better for the environment. These feedlots, oh my gosh, the amount of urine and poop that come from these animals in such a tight space compared to regenerative farms where the cows poop just like the bison did many years ago, just roaming the lands. So the cows do naturally. And then if they have chickens, or if the ranch has chickens or other things, then it becomes a regenerative thing where that cow poop goes into the soil and starts enhancing the soil. So eat meat, but only from healthy sources. All right, this is Dr. Randall wishing you a great day and a great weekend ahead.